And we are going live in 3, 2, 1. Woo! So I am super excited. It is another week. It's another Monday. We are here for Small Business Solutions Monday with Deborah R. Nelson, and I am so delighted to come to y'all today. So I am currently not shooting from my same, background as normal. I'm out of town this week, but I wanted to take a moment to just remind you guys of how important it is to one, just get started. Just get started with the idea, whether it be starting your business or writing your book, just start. And I can't thank God enough for what he's doing for me in this season. And I'm hoping that he's doing the same for you all. With this whole COVID shutdown, initially, I know I went into shock and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm used to being a busybody. I'm used to being out. But I realized this was the perfect time to start my business. It allowed me time to, reevaluate myself and where I wanted to be in life and what I wanted to do with my free time. And it helped me to really prioritize my time, the people I was around, and the things that I got myself involved with. So I just want to encourage you today that it's never too late to get started. Whatever that idea is, just do it. And although it's not easy, right? So I promise you, I scare the crap out of myself every single day because every day I'm trying things that can either embarrass me or make me seem like I'm incompetent because I'm doing something new. I'm starting a business from scratch. I'm running a business right now. And I just feel like every single day I'm being challenged because when you start your business, you're responsible for it. You're the face. So if you guys are just tuning in, I'm out of town this week, but I apologize for the back noise. But back to just getting started and just being encouraging to you all. Last year, this time, I was going through the editing process for my book. And I remember the nerves I had, and I was like, people are going to read my story and I don't know what they're going to think. But I can tell you that because I trust what was in my gut and I believe that I was supposed to be, starting this book, I've blessed more people with getting myself out there. And my guest today, she's a specialist with marketing. And I can't tell you how much of an impact marketing my book and getting myself out there has actually set me up for my business. So my book was a segue into my business. So we're going to say hello to our guest today, Miss Nicole. And I'm super excited to have her because she's such full of great energy. And we haven't talked in months. The last time that we chatted was like July. So glad to have you here. And without further ado, I will let you start with your introduction.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm sorry I'm like a minute or two late. I was like, where's the link? I forgot it. But yeah, I'm so excited. It's been a while. Yeah, my name is Nicole Bernard. I have a marketing company where I provide marketing services for businesses that need help or might not, have the time to do it. I've also recently been doing marketing coaching. So a lot of people that, kind of want to do it themselves, but they're not really sure how to start. So I help them come up with a plan and execute it. So, yeah.
Which is very much so needed because I would tell you, biggest thing with business owners is we might have this grand plan, slam idea, but I will tell you my biggest struggle is marketing. I'm horrible. I don't know what the people want to see. I just know what I want to see.
Right.
How do you pull business owners out of that comfort zone of, speaking directly to their target market?
Yes, totally. Yeah, I actually just had one earlier today, and she was like, at the end of our conversation, she was like, I'm so happy that I actually have a marketing plan, like, because it all stays up here, and so like we legit have like a spreadsheet, and it's like we go through like, who are you trying to reach? What are their problems? And then from there, we build out their strategy of like their blogs, their social media, email, any promotions that are coming up. So when you're able to like pull it out and look at it, it's not as overwhelming. And you can like, okay, I have like little bits and you can follow it.
Yes, and it can be overwhelming because marketing is comprised of all the things, like not just social media, but like how you present yourself when you're even in public. Like, are you wearing your brand? Are you your brand? And of course, like I highly recommend that. And coming from a person that's done everything themselves, outsource it.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend it. So what drove your passion about wanting to help people with marketing?
Yeah, so I started marketing like my senior year of college. It was for Microsoft. They had like just launched OneNote, which is like an old program now, but it was brand new then, and it was just so much fun. It was like, I get creative and strategic. Like I love using those two together. And then from there, my husband and I, well, after that, I worked somewhere else after college, but then we bought like a small farm and brewery, and same thing, like we did it all ourselves. And I had a background in marketing, so it helped us. But I know how hard it is. Like I know, like we're doing a million things to like run your business. Like you're the accounting, you're the delivery person, you're the receptionist, you're the marketing. So like that time is like so, hard. And it's such a constraint, and also budget. A lot of people don't have the budget to like hire someone to do it. So it's kind of why I do like the coaching as well. And it's just so fun helping people. Like you can feel like they feel like confident in it, and then they're able to go do it, and it's not stressful anymore. So I love helping them.
Nice. So do you work with like beginners? Do you work with entrepreneurs, already established business owners? What is like your niche?
I don't really have one. Like, it's kind of all over, because a lot of the principles are the same. It's just different tools and different, kind of tweaking the strategy. So I'm able to help a wide variety of people. And like you said, like there's all kinds of different things, but it's also to like knowing what would work for you and what, your potential customers are looking for and where they are, and being able to like pull those things out. It helps it not like all the shiny object syndrome.
Awesome. So today I titled our show "The Power of Marketing." Would you like to elaborate on that? I know that's like that is straight up your lane, but I really think that people don't understand like the power marketing has. I mean, for example, Apple, something as simple as Apple. Whenever you see that symbol, you already know the brand. So, but it started with a great marketing strategy. Can you get into more detail about that?
Yeah. I mean, I know his were like Steve Jobs, like what he did for his launches were huge, and they've been like epic. And so just getting that whole brand and like the way they strategize their launches were just amazing. But yeah, it's really, so marketing is like, you're the top of the funnel. You're just really trying to like get people aware of you. And so, they can really start to know you and like you and trust you, and then do work with you really. And then, so the power is that, there are like, I don't even know the ridiculous amount of number of people that are searching for anything at any given time on any platform. And so there is such a huge opportunity. But again, it goes back to like knowing where they're looking, and what they would be like typing in Google to find you. And so they can find you, and then, they come to your website and create a relationship. Or if they're, younger and like they spend all their time on social media, you should be spending a lot of time there to meet them there. But it really does have like, it's so powerful to really, generate leads, which really drives your revenue.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So what advice do you have for anyone that may have been running their business for a while? Maybe they did not start their business coming straight out of college with a business degree, and they're just trying to figure it out. What would you recommend a few steps that they should take to get started with developing a marketing strategy? Or do you just say like, hey, I think you should just outsource it?
Right. Well, it really, yeah, it depends. I mean, it depends on what your goal is, like what your budget is, if you have the time to be able to do it. Because I mean, I honestly think when you do it yourself and you're doing like what works, it's more authentic, because there's no like disconnect. There's no middle person like a marketing agency would be. So if you are able to do it, you have an interest in doing it, then I say go for it. But yeah, I would just, a lot of people jump in, and it's like, oh, I need to start marketing because, we've started this business, we got to raise awareness and blah, blah, blah. But like, before you just jump in, just take a little bit of time and start planning things. Like really, like I was talking about, like pulling it out of your head. It doesn't have to be pretty, but just start, and just kind of like start coming up with a plan and why you're doing the things you're doing and what your goals are. So then that way you do have a benchmark. And just that little bit of planning really, really goes a long way. And then again, with your potential customers, like where are they? Like what do they need? What are their struggles? And then you can kind of like use those two together to really start mapping out your strategy.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, especially with the whole, hey, just try to get something on paper. Don't try to rush into the marketing. Understand your business, understand what it is that you're trying to do, and your purpose with your business, then go with the marketing, because I think a lot of business owners would have more funds to dedicate to marketing if they didn't like spend their money immediately on the 5 logos, the 5 different websites,
Exactly.
the marketing content, because they're changing their ideas so much because they're like, hey, this idea is actually not working, or I want to do something different. So would you say that it's better to start your marketing strategy after maybe a few months in business rather than immediately?
Yeah, I mean, I would try to like have a little bit of a foundation, like, everybody's on Facebook, like just a few things that you could start working. And so like, and then as you ramp up and really figure out what you want to do, you'll already have like a little bit of foundational work, like algorithm wise and just getting followers and getting, content up there for your search engine optimization. I would start a little bit, then also, like you said, like you are going to be changing a lot. Like it evolves so much, especially in your messaging, everything. And just so, keep that in mind as well as you're going through. Like, don't get hard, like down on yourself. Cause I know some people are like, oh my God, I just changed, and so it's like, well, you didn't know, so just try and keep that in mind that a lot of things are going to change quickly. But yeah, just to keep writing it down, like take, 30 minutes a week, just be like, okay, what changed, or what am I liking? What's working? What's not working? So you can kind of go from there.
I agree with you, especially change in business is like, I feel like every day, like, especially when you're trying to scale, you can't beat yourself up for changing your marketing strategy. And as I'm getting a little bit like more into this business lifestyle, I'm like, change is actually good, because if you're not getting, the results that you're looking for, or if you think that you should just take a different path because you want to reach your target market a bit better, have no worries about changing your marketing strategy. I love that.
Totally. Yeah. And like, it's a lot of mindset too, which I didn't really realize, like in the beginning, like even marketing too, like, I'll talk to people and they're like, I hate marketing. And they're like, but I know I need it. I'm like, well, let's sort of change your thoughts on it. So you actually like kind of enjoy, you have to do it.
I have to listen to you on that. I'm sure the viewers are thinking the same thing. If anybody has any questions about marketing, Nicole's more than happy to answer your questions.
Totally.
So what is your mantra behind marketing? What's your why behind marketing?
My why is just to help businesses grow, like small businesses. I mean, the majority of the ones that I work with are smaller. I have a few bigger ones that I work with, but that's like the backbone of everything, I feel like, and support local, and like we're supporting families with little kids, and, just being able to help them get their, passionate products or services out there. Like, I just love that.
That's awesome. Awesome. So how long have you been doing? So the cool thing that I like about your backstory is that at one point you had so much business, you had to close your doors. Yes. And was that because of marketing?
Yes. Yeah, we literally, that was our brewery. So we had a small farm and brewery, and it was going into our 3rd season, and we had this huge like Mother's Day opening weekend. And our neighbors, we had a few older neighbors, and they just did not like all of the people coming to visit. And so they complained, and it went through like a whole public hearing, and we had to close. But yeah, it was like, I did a lot of like influencer outreach. So like our area is big, like for craft beer. So I would invite all these bloggers to our brewery. They taste everything. They go spread it on social media. They go write it on their blogs. Different publications, like we had like the big one here is like the Oregonian, like they did stories on us. So just like little things like that too. Like I would put out like public relations, like press releases, and just all of those like kind of little things. And I know it sounds like a lot when you hear it, but I don't know if you, like I said, if we pull it out of our heads and we have these little plans and you're just sending things off every once in a while, doing a little bit here and there, like it all adds up really quickly.
I agree. It's just taking a little bit of effort, and it can just all add up. So marketing. With that, and you mentioned budgets. Like, hey, if you are not wanting to spend, so much in the beginning, or don't have it, what do you recommend for business owners that are just like getting on their feet? Maybe, I don't know, maybe they had some type of, catastrophic financial event during COVID. What do you recommend?
Yeah, so I would, social media is free. Just make sure, you're not wasting your time on platforms that your ideal customers aren't there, So just And again, think of that content of what would resonate with them, how you can start a relationship with them. There's a free free places you can get images like pexels.com and unsplash.com. Those are free, like royalty free if like you don't have any of your own content. So like that's what I said, because like we had an organic farm, which it doesn't make a ton of money. And so like we went through like all of like the super free things, which was like content, blogging, like you can do that for free. All the social media was free. Networking. I really created like a big networking, this is before COVID, but there's still a lot of online networking groups to get involved with. So just like that whole referral network, that really helped a lot spread the word. So there's still a lot you can do for free. It just takes a little more time and effort, but yeah, they're super effective.
Awesome. So what do you currently have going with your marketing business? Are you coaching? Are you doing some like marketing evaluations on folks' website? What do you have going that is assisting business owners today?
Yeah, so I do a little bit of both. So I have like a done for you. So where like a lot of people, I do their social media for them, their content strategy. So like their blogs and everything with like keyword research. So, we're using all that. And then I also, like I said, have kind of branched off into coaching as well. So then it's like, if you don't want to do that or, have the budget, I'm teaching you exactly what I'm doing, but you get to do it, and implement it. Yeah.
I love the fact that you're creating content for people. That is the biggest like load lifted for business owners. Like who has time to create all their marketing content?
Right.
No one.
Right. And if you're not used to doing it, it takes longer. You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, it just takes a little while to brainstorm and get used to like having a process. So yeah definitely.
Awesome. So do you have any advice for anyone following your footsteps that's maybe wanting to step into marketing and coach other folks along? Do you have any?
Yeah. So for the longest time, I was kind of like scared to do it. Like, I don't know why. It's kind of like I have a podcast as well. And it took me like 2 years to launch the podcast. So, but then I started like hearing about this concept of like, if you're not showing up, like you're kind of doing a disservice. So it's like really not about you. So get out of your own way and, start serving people. And I was like, that is true. So that has really helped. And I guess it goes along with that kind of like mindset shift, which I didn't really take into account. Like when I first started, even a long time ago when we had our farm, like it wasn't anything that was on my radar. And now, what you focus on comes to be. And so I've learned to like focus on better things and set goals. And like, I didn't have like a business plan written out until like a year ago. And so like even having like that, and it was pretty loose, but still, now I have something to look back on. And I have like, when I, reach goals, now I can create new goals, which has been really, really fun and like just neat. It's been a neat process. So I would say write goals, mindset, and get started and just know it's going to be messy sometimes and it's going to be scary, but just get started.
Yeah. So how do you get over your fears, if that makes sense? Do you do motivational quotes? Do you talk to yourself? Do you are you religious? Do you pray? Like what keeps you going through the fear? I think that is something that's really been touching me, and I've been wanting to spread that message.
Yeah.
Because I think there are so many people with a lot of potential that are just afraid to step out.
Right. Totally. Yeah. I do pray. I'm supposed to be better. Like I have I try to get up in the morning and have a quiet time before my kids get up, but that doesn't always happen. And then followed by work because like it's so much easier when the house is quiet. But yes, that's definitely part of it. And I read like a lot of books. Like I've started like a book club this year, and it's actually held me accountable to try to like redo these books. So yeah, I just find a lot of motivation in that. Like The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes was amazing. The 5-second rule, like that's the same kind of thing. It's like you're not going to really feel like doing it, but just do it anyway. And then like I'll set things up that I know totally scare me, and it's like, okay, I guess I'm just going to show up and do it.
I love that. I feel like when you put a whole bunch of like business owners in a room, we would have these crazy stories. Like, who said that we were brave enough to do this? We did.
Right.
So liberating. And I look at marketing that way. Marketing, I think, is a challenge for most. And I really love the fact that you specialize in it, and I commend you on that, because you kind of have to like be prepared to put your stuff out there. Right? Because you're kind of like people pleasing with your business, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a little bit more vulnerable than I think people realize, because you're putting part of you out there for judgment. Like, people can judge the heck out of you, and like hopefully they don't, but you never know.
That's very true. Very true. So where do you see your business within the next 5 years? How can we support you? How can we motivate your business along? Or people who may be interested in your business, what can they expect from you?
Yeah, so I don't know. It's funny because I just accomplished some goals that I was talking about. So I'm like right in the middle of like trying to figure out where I'm going next. Because I've really, like I said, it took me a while to like get out of my own shell to coach, and I've really been loving it. And just seeing like them feel empowered and like crush their goals and like grow their business. So I'm thinking I'll probably go more along those lines of teaching people and just giving them the tools and strategies and everything. But I still do love doing it for people as well. So I don't really know. I guess that's not a very good answer. But
good answer. That's you scaling, you going back to your original business plan and scaling from there, because where you saw yourself a year ago, I like how you mentioned it earlier. You have your business plan to go back to and say, this is what my initial vision was, and this is where I see myself going in the next couple of years. So it's actually a great response. And it sounds like you won't be stagnant. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting. And then, like I said, I mentioned I have the podcast too, and I really just kind of started that as like a community to talk to other business owners and entrepreneurs. So I can't wait to have you on in a few weeks. I kind of want to see where that can go too. Like I literally just Googled my way through like how to start a podcast and like started shipping champagne. And, I've gotten like people reaching out to me that are kind of like big influencers that I've been following. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I don't know where that will go either. That's going to be part of like my goals in the next few years. But yeah, if anybody needs help with marketing, then I'm here to help you, whether it's like to teach you or to do it for you, like any way I can help.
That's awesome. So Nicole is all things marketing, which to many business owners is a word that we just like to shun away from. But quite honestly, marketing.
Sorry, I didn't realize how many people hated marketing until like I've talked to people recently and all these coaches. And it's like, really? Like, I was so fun.
I remember back when I was in college and I had a marketing class. It was like, I loved every class except for this one. Why are you making me think? But you know what it is? It's a strategy. And for people who do not like to be confined to strategies, it's really hard because we get impatient, all that stuff. So you specialize in marketing. I can always recommend it. Nicole's also very patient and ready to work with you all.
Totally.
So that's awesome. Well, I'm very thankful to have you on Small Business Solutions Monday. If anybody has any questions about marketing that you would like Nicole to answer, just drop it in the comment section. That's what we're here for, to educate and to motivate.
Awesome. Yeah, I would love to answer marketing questions.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you would like to put out that I didn't cover or you think is important for the listeners?
Not that I can think of. Just planning, like I said, and knowing to be messy. Marketing does evolve quickly, like the different digital marketing ones. And so I know that can be annoying and overwhelming too. There's a few good like resources that you guys could have. Like there's one called HubSpot.com. It's just awesome. And it's all like up to date on everything. And then Neil Patel, Patel, like he's a lot search engine optimization, social media. It's like those are really good resources to get you started too if you really want to like start upping your marketing game, because they do stay up with like all the trends and algorithm updates and all that stuff, and they put it in a way that you can actually understand it. So that's helpful.
That's awesome. And do you offer any courses by chance for marketing?
I do actually. I have quite a few. Like that was like my silver lining with COVID in the beginning. I was able to like take the time and actually put them together. So I do, and you can find those on my website. But I do need to update like the social media ones because like Instagram just updated, LinkedIn and Pinterest. I'm just like, I like just got it on there. But yeah, so they're all on there because there's search engine optimization. There's like an overall marketing strategy, kind of like what I would do like if I was coaching. It's just everything in a PDF. So that's, and videos. There's like 2 hours of videos too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's best for people who may not, have 2 hours to dedicate in one sitting, but can kind of go over the training at their own pace and still gain the same type of information.
Yeah, so yeah, it's not 2 hours consecutively of video, so that's broken up. So it's like the different little aspects, and it's like email, content strategy, social media, and like the different platforms within social media, search engine optimization, because there's like 4 different types of like search engine optimization all under that umbrella. So it goes into all those different kind of little nuances.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. So I thank you again for coming on the show. Um, Listeners who are out there who may be struggling with marketing or just starting your business and wanting to up your marketing game, do not hesitate to reach out to Nicole. I'm going to add her social media platform so you can easily contact her. And by the way, marketing is not as scary as many of you may think. And I think sometimes it just takes a subject matter expert to tell you that, to kind of like break it down to you to where it makes sense. But what I would like to say, don't let your business struggle because you don't have a marketing strategy plan. And I, from experience, can say with starting my business and doing my business, my marketing strategy was weak. It's been very weak, but I have plans in the works now that is going to revamp that. And sometimes it's all you need. You might have the best business in the world, but we have to get you visibility and get you out there.
Totally.
Yes. Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you all so much for joining to another week of Small Business Solutions Monday with Deborah R. Nelson. And again, we had Nicole Bernard, the marketing subject matter expert, who is ready and willing to help you step your business up.
Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions.
Yes. All right. You guys have a good night.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Bye.